Today we will be discussing the topic of leading organizational change. In this session, we will be looking at formal and informal organizational functions, change control and change leadership, characteristics of effective change leaders, utilizing metrics to improve efforts in leading change, and successfully integrating project management with change initiatives. Within every organization, at nearly every stage of the growth cycle, there are two networks in existence, the formal and the informal. The formal organization is the official structure of the company outlining how communication will travel, along with chain of command, and includes such items as organizational charts, titles, departments, and overall hierarchical order. Informal organizational structures, on the other hand, consist of those friendship groups and other avenues whereby communication, knowledge, and information is transferred throughout a company outside of the formal process. Informal networks consist of four main networks: knowledge, access, communication, and information. The true art to achieve the highest level of success and efficiency within a company is to integrate the formal and informal and have a synergy between the two as we work toward our common organizational goals and strategy. This is not an easy task, however, as it takes time, dedication, and resources. The ultimate goal is to achieve a balance between the two networks where we experience the best of both worlds. We will not have time in this presentation to go into detail on how to best synthesize the formal and the informal, but the first step is to know who the key players are in our informal networks and how our employees are getting the information they need to do their jobs. Knowing this will help us tie these two networks together and begin using this knowledge to our advantage. As a successful company, we will consistently experience change. Without change, there's no growth. It is not a question of if we will change, but how well we do it. So how do we successfully move from point A to point B and ensure our employees are on board for the ride? Successfully handling change within an organization is a tricky matter and must be handled strategically and with a purpose. 65 to 70% of organizational change efforts fail, proving that very few companies handle change well. One of the main reasons why change efforts fail is employee resistance to change. So building positive employee beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes is critical for successful change interventions. When looking at change, there are typically three main types of change: process change, improvements to existing performance or products; transitional change, implementation of something new that didn't exist before; and transformational change, which is the highest level of change, incorporating an entire shift in how things are done, moving us from one state to a new state. To experience true transformational change, we must go beyond the mere processes of change control and move into change leadership, where the true driving force of change occurs. The human aspect is nurtured, and a synergy has been developed between our formal and informal networks. As we move toward the goal of transformational change, what type of qualities should we be looking for in our leaders? What are the characteristics of a great change leader? People resist being controlled more than they resist change. Great change leaders understand this and include people early and often throughout the change process. Announcing change is not the same as implementing it. All those closed-door meetings with management will not foster true transformational change. Effective change leaders excel in three key areas: ability, personality, and intelligence. And during times of change, great leaders will gain buy-in from those involved. Collaborate early and often. Clearly articulate the vision with a picture of the future. Dream big. Explain the what and the why. And they'll do this while they continue to communicate and inspire. As we continue to grow and experience change, it's imperative that not only we have metrics in place, but that we use them to clearly measure our key performance indicators. According to Wayne Erickson, a performance dashboard is a powerful agent of organizational change. When deployed properly, it can transform an underperforming organization into a high flyer. Like a magnifying glass, a performance dashboard can focus organizations on the key things it needs to do to succeed. Performance dashboards typically feed into the balanced scorecard, which is a strategic application. Focusing our change efforts and tying everything we do back to our overall company vision will help keep us on target and ensure we engage only in those changes that drive or add value to our true success measures. The very nature of project management is change. However, the most important factor needed for the success of any change initiative is not addressed by the discipline of project management. That is the human element. Project management can and should be integrated into our change initiatives. However, it should not be the driving force. Think of project management as the change control side of the equation. We must also add the change leadership side to the formula to ensure the success of any change effort. Leading change is not an easy process. It requires investment of time and energy from all involved and must become an integral part of our organization's culture to be sustainable. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to our future success and growth as we effectively lead change.